So really, they could just be like, oh, it's an alien. It's not a lesbian. Like, what? Hi, welcome to Quick Fudanshi, where I share LGBTQ and BL media through news, reviews, and good conversation. My name is Devin, and today is Monday, which means it's time for a random talk. In honor of tomorrow being the release of Mass Effect Andromeda, today we're going to be talking about what is Mass Effect, this thing that I've been talking about for a couple weeks now, and why is it so relevant to the LGBT community. To start off with, Mass Effect is a video game series that's been going on for a decade now. Essentially, the first game came out in 2007, and since then there have been 3 games with an additional game coming out literally tomorrow. The series is within the sci-fi genre, and it is, in addition, a RPG game. So it really is about role-playing and about the whole hero against big villain kind of idea. The first game has Commander Shepard, who I'll be referring to as him just because usually I play as a him, but once again, you can pick whatever gender. The first game is Commander Shepard fighting this alien race called the Geth, this alien android race. And then later on he realizes that there's actually an even greater world, universe ending threat coming that then he has to deal with. That Commander Shepard character, he commanded a ship and he had a crew with him. And there were multiple characters that you could fight along with who would join your team and that you could not only fight with, but you could get to know. That is one of the things about this game is that one, yes, there is a lot of role-playing, like going out and shooting things going on, but there is a lot of dialogue and a lot of personality to the characters that you can get to know and get to love. And of course, on top of that, then you can also romance a few of them. Now we're getting into the whole conversation of why is it important to LGBTQ people. And the reason is that they involved a lesbian romance back in the first game, back in 2007. Now, of course, they didn't have a gay male romance, but there's a reason for that. See, this was once again back in 2007, and not just the whole Western community, the American community, but also the gaming community were still very new to the whole idea of LGBT people and gay romance being such a popular in the forefront. Back then, they thought, okay, if we put a lesbian and a gay male romance, we'll get a lot of pushback, right? I mean, just look at Beauty and the Beast. There's been a lot of pushback for that, just for mentioning that, hey, LeFou's gay, right? So they were back in 2007, a whole decade ago, were like, I don't know if this will work out for us. So they decided to not have a gay male romance, even though they had put in some coding for it already and some voice acting. But they decided to just keep the lesbian romance. And in addition to that, they had the lesbian romance with an alien character. So really, they could just be like, oh, it's an alien, it's not a lesbian. And then in the second game, they continued it with, okay, now we have a precedent of a lesbian romance, so we can get in some more lesbian options. And then finally, by the third game, of course, the gay male community were like, we want something. And by then they had a precedent of lesbian romances and of same-sex romances enough that they could just be like, yeah, everyone should be used to it by now. Now, of course, there was LGBTness in video games from the start. There's different games like Fable, even games like Yoshi's World or whatever, that had LGBT characters. That said, this was one of the first games that was being so open about its inclusion. And that's why Mass Effect is so important. Now, with this new game, Mass Effect Andromeda, there are multiple characters that are LGBT inclusive, I guess. Now, if you guys want to play the games, Mass Effect is actually now, once again, an older game, so you can probably get it for pretty cheap. In addition to that, the sites that you can get them on are always having sales, such as Steam or Origin. In addition to that, you can also play it on all your consoles. Your Xbox One, your PlayStations 3 and 4, your PC, of course. So you have multiple options for where you want to play the game. Also, keep in mind that you don't actually have to play the original trilogy in order to play this new game that's coming out tomorrow. And that's because the story is that it's a new exploration into a new galaxy. So there's totally new characters and totally new situations happening. It's having some remnants of the same trilogy, the earlier trilogy, by including the same racial species and all that. But at the same time, once again, it's a totally new story, so you can just jump in from here. Though it's $60, heads up. Generally, this game is very heroic and very Odyssey-esque, and very about the hero becoming something greater, and about the people working together to fight the big villain. I really don't want to go into the spoilers of the story, but that's it. Like, really, that's it. In addition to that, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of YouTubers who have played this game, and Twitch players who have played this game. So just look it up. Look up Let's Plays. Watch a few episodes, and then if you think you like it, or might like it, then go buy the game. Really, truly, I really do recommend it. What do you guys think? Have you ever played a Mass Effect game? If so, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys are interested in Mass Effect now that you have seen this video, let me know as well as anything else you want to talk about concerning the Mass Effect series. Are you excited for Mass Effect Andromeda like me? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to like it, to share it with your friends, and to subscribe if you haven't already. For Fudanshi tries to share LGBTQ and BL media, good news, reviews, and good conversation. So let's get talking. Bye.